Life is Great New England with hosts Chuck Nilosek and John Meade-Perrell, showcasing New England's best entertainment, sports, and lifestyle. Life is Great New England. Only the good stuff.
All right, Life is Great viewers. This is a little contest for you. Try to guess in all of the places in New England where John Meade-Perrell and I, Chuck Nilosek, are at this very moment. Just by maybe some of the colors here. Where could it be? Is it a,
I guess at Gillette Stadium.
Is it, submit all your answers and we'll make sure we get a nice prize. John Meade-Perrell, Chuck Nilosek, we're here at the TD Bank North. This is pretty cool, isn't it?
It's very cool. This is an amazing venue. This is really part of your bucket list if you're a sports fan, to be on the parquet at the Garden.
Well,
we're about we're at college
three-point line. And by the way, bucket list material, not only is it an honor to stand here, how about the fact that I'm going to lace them up and play on this floor for the first time in my life. I'm going to blow the roof off this joint with some nasty balling.
They haven't seen dunks like this since Dominique Wilkins played here.
There hasn't been moves like this since a U-Haul truck brought all my stuff out to California as a young, hungry college kid. Trust me, this is going to be a night to remember. So,
do you have a nickname?
Make one up for me.
I'm thinking white chocolate.
I like it.
I
like it. And Valentine's Day,
it kind of builds.
Exactly.
Maybe
and so,
like White Thunder, who knows?
You're going to get a chance to talk to Rich Gotham, right?
I am going to talk to the Celtic team president, Rich Gotham, and we are going to talk about a lot of things, including the fact that Celtics are very community service oriented, and it's something that they've done since Red Auerbach's years, and they do it better than anybody else.
Well, as always, it's amazing when you watch our show, because we're going to bring you all the best that New England has to offer, and we could not get away without pulling off a show here from the TD Bank North Garden on the storied parquet floor. Amazing. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Hey, being courtside at the Celtics, you get to see a lot of different things. Obviously, the players over my shoulder are warming up, getting ready for the big game. When the Lakers in town, there's no bigger intensity. But behind the scenes, so much is going on to put on this event. It's like a Broadway performance. Out in the tunnels, we have all the dance teams warming up. At the tables, we have so much going on with stat preparation. It is a zoo. We're having a lot of fun. Hey, you know what? We're going to check out all the action and be here all night. Bob Lanier, NBA Hall of Famer, and a good friend of mine. I love this guy.
Great friend.
Is here. How you doing, Bob?
I am doing terrific. Lakers Celtics game. What better place can you be?
You can be at no better arena in the world. Not even the Staples Center rivals the Garden. What do you think?
Well, I would agree with that. But I like the Staples Center too.
Hey, this is one of my longtime NBA friends here, and
you know why I'm in town? Rondo won our NBA Cares Key Awards, Key Assist Award. And we're going to give him a presentation. He's done a great job in the community with the kids, and he doesn't like to get a lot of attention for what he does, but he's doing one heck of a job.
Hey, Bob, so much of the games require the fans seeing like all the other activity. We're here talking about like what goes on behind the scenes. You're behind the scenes now. You're bringing the NBA into the community and making sure that the fans have interaction, not just with the basketball game itself, but with the people and what makes NBA caring so much.
Well, NBA Cares is really a global initiative, and it is one of the things that we believe in as part of the NBA DNA, making a difference in society.
Bob Lanier, everybody. I'm here on the floor. You get to hang out with legends like this guy. Thanks, my man. All right, let's go. Let's bring on the Celtics action, have some fun. I'm loving it. All right, here, as everyone knows out there, I am an amazing dancer. I've got more moves than, that you can possibly imagine. And so here, Marina is the Celtic dancer head coach. Is that the official title here?
I'm the director.
And so you put the team who's getting ready to go out there on the court together. And what is that like? I mean, that's got to be a lot of responsibility because there's a lot of talent out there.
It's a really big responsibility, a fun one. There's 19 dancers this year, and we usually rotate 12 during the season, but this is a really big game, the Lakers, so everybody's here tonight, and the dancers have worked really hard.
And everybody was saying, it's a Celtics-Lakers, it's a Friday night, and it must be huge because Life is Great New England is here, and they're like, generally, it's hard to get a crew like us out, but, we decided to make the trek out, and big deal.
We're happy that you did. We hope that you enjoy the show. Hopefully we'll get a win tonight, and hopefully you're enjoying the dance performances. Maybe we'll get you out there sometime.
Maybe. If you're like my friend over there, lucky, you might get me out there on the floor. It's almost a curse, because I go out, I'm at the club, I'm dancing, and people are like, "You're a pro, right?" And I'm like, "No."
Good night.
It's just like a hobby for me. But I need to dance more like a team, which is kind of what they do, right?
Not as an individual. Yeah. So why don't you swing by practice sometime?
Good idea. That's what we'll do. I'll come by practice. Marina will give me some tips, because I got a lot of weddings in my calendar.
Okay, good. You better start stretching.
I got to clear the dance floor, and I rip it up. All right off of center court here at the Garden, Lauren blows the roof off the joint with the national anthem. That has got to feel amazing. Do you feel good?
Yeah, I feel really good.
Now, was there ever a question that you might forget any of the words or anything like that?
It wasn't the words, but the starting note was I was really nervous that I wouldn't remember it, but I did.
Well, she hit it out of the park, and I gotta say, to perform in front of that many people must have made your goosebumps stick out. I mean, I had them just listening to you. That was absolutely amazing.
All right, this is the spot that every sports fan dreams of, the middle of the TD Garden floor. I feel like I'm in heaven. And here I am with Celtics team president Rich Gotham. Rich, good to see you. Celtics have always been a very community-based, enriched organization. And this year is no different. Rajon Rondo just honored with a Kia Community Assist Award. What does that mean to the Celtics?
Well, it's great for the Celtics. It's nice to be recognized for what we do in the community. That's not why we do it, but it's nice. But more importantly, I think it's great for Rajon. He's such a quiet guy and a sometimes misunderstood guy, and most of what he does in the community happens behind the scenes. He doesn't want the cameras around. This holiday season, he did more than any individual player I've ever seen do around a holiday season, between giving out turkeys to families at the food bank, to taking 3 different groups of kids shopping so that they could have Christmas presents that they wouldn't otherwise be able to have. Just amazing work by Rajon. We're proud of him.
One of the players you're very proud of as well is Brandon Bass. He's 28 years old, and he's just learning how to swim. What's the genesis of that?
It's such a cool story. Brandon never learned to swim as a youth, didn't have access to facilities. He's now got kids of his own. His kids can swim, he can't. As a parent, he's a little worried that at some point he might need to jump in and help out one of his kids. So he's taken the very major step, and you think these guys have such big athletic egos. He's a Hulk on the court. He's in a swimming pool with a bunch of kids learning to swim as a 28-year-old man. I mean, I think it's a really neat story, and he's let everyone in, and he's trying to show people, listen, we're all the same, right. Everyone's got these hurdles to overcome.
Sure.
I'm overcoming one of mine. So we've really loved what Brandon has done, and he's made it possible for other people to make similar decisions.
One thing about the Celtics experience, it's changed a lot from a fan perspective over the years. You come to TD Garden, you know you're going to be entertained,
right.
And game day presentation means a lot to the organization.
Yeah, years like this year especially, right? People are here to see the team play and win, hopefully. But no matter what, we want people to leave and say, I had a blast tonight. Right? So we've got a lot of entertainment elements that go along with it. Every game from 2 hours before to an hour after, it's a big choreographed, Broadway show. There's a lot of different elements go into it. It's multimedia. It's, on-court entertainers, dancers, a dunking leprechaun, all the audio, video. And the big thing we do here, as you know, is we turn the cameras on the crowd. So we've got cameras all over the arena, and we're getting crowd shots the whole game and letting the crowd be a part of the show, which keeps them coming back. They like that.
What advice do you have, Rich, for Chuck?
I'd say, go helicopter dunk versus windmill when you get up high. I know these things come sometimes as spur of the moment decisions, but I go helicopter.
We will see if Chuck can deliver. Rich Gotham, thank you.
All right, thanks, Meter.
You got it.
All right, when you're here at the Garden and the emotion is starting to fill up, and you're hearing the voice, the bellowing voice come over the PA. It's this guy right here. And let me just ask you a question, because you've been doing this how long now?
This is my 10th season.
In your 10 years, aside from the championship, what was one of the most memorable moments there? Because the championship, that's the easy thing that we
That's
can...
easy.
Right,
yeah. Game 6, winning it all. I mean, I'll never forget my first game, and I had my family in the house.
And these seats right here are...
Best seats in the house.
Best seats in the house.
Except that there's so much going on this table at
Yeah.
night. It's, I have friends that have been season ticket holders as I was years ago.
Yeah.
And say, oh, you got a great view. Yeah, but you know what? Between scripts being passed and scoring information going on, and it's pretty hectic down here.
What happens when the emotion of the game is really, really as thick as anything, and you're here?
I'm a lifelong Celtics fan.
But
so
do you
there
keep
have
your
been
emotions
points-
in check, or does it get out of control?
No, I have to. There have been times that I've been like,
there's got to be a little bit more
little hand
amped-
signals to
amped
keep
your
it down.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, whenever the Celtics go on a run, and there may have been a big three-pointer that they end up taking the lead, and of course you get a little juiced up and get the crowd going. As a matter of fact, that was part of the audition of creating an atmosphere like that.
Because there's a lot of guys in the NBA that go crazy. They go out of,
but this is Boston, and it's a lot different than, say, Orlando. We don't need to prompt crowds. The crowds here know the game, so it's not like you've got to tell them to stand up and cheer. I mean, we do have prompts up on the Jumbotron, but for the most part, I mean, these are probably the most educated fans in the NBA.
People don't know about Life is Great TV is that I'll tend to bring my personal life coach along with me to all the events, which is Walter McCarty. And he's my sage, my spiritual guide. And on the basketball court, it's nice because you can offer me advice on how I can, beat up on these clowns here. But how did I do the first half? I mean, be honest.
You worked very hard. You
Yeah,
made a couple buckets early, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But like I said, you worked hard. You took a lot of shots, which is good. The effort's there.
Yep.
Just need a little more practice.
Have you ever played at a level like this?
No,
You personally?
Not at all. Never.
Yeah.
The last time I can remember playing like this, I think I was in the 4th grade at this level.
And I don't know how they do it in the NBA, but they raise the hoops to 12 feet. These are 12 feet.
Some of these guys shouldn't even be writing about basketball after some of these performances today.
Can you believe that? They have the audacity to type on a typewriter and write about how to critique other.
I would expect that from you because you're not a basketball guy, but you're the best basketball player out here.
That's right.
Which is true.
Well,
you're the best basketball player out here.
I'm the best basketball player.
These guys are basketball people, and I'm pretty embarrassed for our media right now.
I just watched Chuck Nilosek, as he's now known after throwing it down against his fellow media members at TD Garden, play probably the game of his life. The guy was everywhere. He was ubiquitous on the floor. You knew what to do with the ball. You knew what to do without the ball. You're like a man in motion.
The thing is, when you get out here, everyone knows I have a high basketball IQ. I mean, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, that was my scouting report, high basketball IQ. But all the way down the bottom of the scouting report, extraordinarily athletic, shoots the ball with laser precision. I mean, it's
NBA range, really.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. I loved working on this show.
The real question is, did you get hurt?
There was an incident. My Achilles snapped, but I taped it. Up. Yeah, trust me, it hurts when it happens. I mean, everything about that's true. But sometimes you got to tape it up and suck it up.
A miraculous recovery by Chuck. What was it like to play on the parquet?
Obviously amazing. I mean, from a kid growing up in South Plymouth, imagining this out on Colt Lane, the street that I grew up, a hoop on the side of the road with oil stains from abandoned cars, and here I am actually getting to play on this court. The only one thing that would have been better.
Yep.
You know what I'm going to say?
If I
The old
dunked on
building.
you?
No,
Or
the old building. I mean,
Of course,
as a mid-20s guy, you're in your 40s. I mean,
yeah. But this has got to be a moment of a lifetime for you as a basketball fan. You just
and for
said,
you. You
for
interviewed
too,
me.
yeah.
You're interviewing
In fact,
me on the court.
I feel like Marv Albert, interviewing Dave DeBusschere after the Knicks win the title in 1970.
Hey, you know what? It's a big thrill for all of us, and I'm glad you got the chance to cross interviewing Nilosek on the parquet off your bucket list. And
yes, I could check off Nilosexy.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting when you think of all the amazing moments that have occurred here. Plus,
just look up in the rafters.
Exactly. I mean, you've got a Bruins win the Stanley Cup.
1957 world champion Boston Celtics. Chuck was there.
Yes.
As a wee lad.
Very wee lad, and what a remarkable night that was, if I think back. And, I mean, Mita, this is great. This is what the show is all about, obviously, doing fun, amazing, great things that, everybody in the audience wants to do what we're doing right now. So, we're here.
Don't be too jealous. We'll be back with more on Life is Great New England.
Thank everybody here for a great afternoon at the TD Garden, and Heather Walker, Rich Gotham, you, John Mita Perel, all the people that they let me score a few times. I mean, they
let you. I would say there was phantom defense.
Absolutely, but they were afraid. They didn't want to get on our blooper
Don't
reel.
incur the wrath of Nilosexy.
Posterized. That's what we called it in the 80s when kids still had posters. But hey, listen, we want you to tune in each and every week to our awesome show, Life is Great New England. We bring the awesomeness, right?
The awesomeness to Life is Great New England.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Check us out on lifeisgreattv.com. And Mita, how about we do something fun this week and show it next week? What do you think?
It's going to be tough to match this day today at the TD Garden. This is just phenomenal.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.